Hi students, in this video I'm going to discuss the concept of continuity of a function. Suppose f of x is continuous at x is equal to c if the function at x equal to c, f of c is defined. Second condition, limit as x tends to c, f of x exists. It means left hand limit of the function f of x and right hand limit of the function f of x when x approaches to c must be same. It means limit as x tends to c minus of the function f of x is same as limit as x tends to c plus of the function f of x. If left hand limit and right hand limits are same, then we can write the limit exists at n when x approaches to c. So third condition, limit as x approaches to c from the left side of the point c is equal to limit x approaches to c from the right side of the point c is equal to f of c, function value f of c. If these three are equal, then we can write the function f of x is said to be continuous at the point c. Okay, now let us take some examples. So before moving to examples, let me show the function is continuous in graphically. Now, so you define the domain of the function. Let me take a, b is the domain of the function. So you take a curve. This is y is equal to f of x. So for this interval ab, the function is continuous. It means there is no gap for the given interval. The function is not discontinuous for the interval ab. It means we can draw the curve without lifting the pen. So therefore the function is continuous if you want to say that graphically. Let us take the example which is not continuous. So for example, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. For x is less than or equal to, this is x is equal to point A. So domain is whole real line. You can take this is 1. For x is less than or equal to a, f of x is 1, and for x is greater than or equal to a, f of x is 2. This is 2. So here you can observe that when x equal to a, there is a jump from the function value 1 to 2. So these 2 points are not connected. Therefore, this function is discontinuous at x equal to a. So that this type of discontinuity called as jump discontinuity. Let me define another curve. Let me draw the coordinate system. So You can observe here when x is equal to c, for example, at x equal to c, there is a hole in the function f of x. So this type of discontinuity is called a removable discontinuity. Yes, now consider the example f of x is equal to x when x is less than 2, and f of x is equal to x square minus 2 when x is equal to 2 and greater than 2. But here we need to find out whether the function is continuous or not at x is equal to 2 here. Now, to verify the function is continuous or not, there are 3 steps. So first one here, see that whether f of 2 is defined or not. So we know that function f of x equal to x for x is less than 2, and f of x equal to x square minus 2 for x equal to 2 and greater than 2. At x equal to 2, so we take the function f of x is x square minus 2, therefore f of 2 is equal to 2 square minus 2, that is 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2. Therefore f of 2 value is 2. So second condition, you have to verify that whether a limit exists or not. So now to check limit extends to 2 minus of the function f of x, and limit as extends to 2 plus. It means you have to check the left hand limit and right hand limit of the function f of x. So when x approaches to 2 from the left side of 2 here, so consider the function f of x equal to x here. So this implies limit as x tends to 2 minus, means approaches the x tends to 2 from the right side of the 2.2 here. So we use this function x here, so that goes to x equal to 2 here. So now you approaches the limit x equal to 2 from the right side of 2, so use the function x square minus 2. So limit as x tends to 2 plus of the function x square minus 2. So when approaches to 2 from the right side of the point 2, that is equal to 2 square 4 minus 2, that is 2. Here therefore LHL is equal to RHL, therefore limit exists, limit exists. But third step here, left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to function value at x is equal to 2. So let us check. So what is left hand limit? 2 is the left hand limit, right hand limit is also 2 here, and function value at x equal to 2, that is also 2. So that's 2. Therefore we can say that therefore we can conclude that f of x is continuous at x is equal to 2. So by using the limit concept, one can find out whether the function is continuous or not. So let us consider another example. Let f of x is equal to x square minus 2 for 2 is less than or equal to x or less than 3, 2x plus 1 for x is greater than or equal to 3. But you have to see that whether the function f of x is continuous or not at x is equal to 3. No. So first let us define the function value of f of x at x equal to 3. You can observe f of x equal to x square minus 2 for x less than 3, and f of x is 2x plus 1 for x is 3 and greater than 3. So therefore you can define f of 3 for this function. So 2 into 3 plus 1, that is 7. Function value is 7. So now the first step. Second step is here, left hand limit, nothing but limit as extends to 3 from the left side of 3. So you have to use this function over here, first function. So 3 square 9 minus 2, that is equal to 7. Now right hand limit as extends to 3 plus, I have to use the function 2x plus 1, that is 2 into 3 plus 1, that is equal to 7. So you can observe that f of 3 is same as left hand limit, and left hand limit is same as right hand limit. Therefore LHL is equal to RHL is equal to f of 3 function value. Therefore the function is continuous at x equal to 3. So let us take another example. When f of x is equal to x square minus 4 by x minus 2 for x is not equal to, for x is 2 the function is 3. So let us verify whether the function is continuous at x equal to 2 or not. Now let us define the function value f of 2. When x equal to 2, f of 2 is 3. That function value at x equal to 2, so that is 3. So let us check this next condition. Left hand limit, that is limit as x tends to 2 minus. So when x approaches to the 2 from the right side, sorry, left side of 2, so that is this implies x square minus 4 can be written as x minus 2, that is limit as x tends to 2, that is x minus 2 into x plus 2 by x minus 2. So cancel, we'll get 4. Similarly right hand limit, that is limit x approaches to 2 from the right side of the point to 2, that is function x square minus 4 by x minus 2. So that can be written as limit as x tends to 2 plus, that is x minus 2 by x plus 2 by x minus 2. So get cancel again. When x equal to 2, that is 4. Here left hand limit is same as right hand limit, but not equal to the function value of x equal to 2. So left hand limit is 4, right hand limit is also 4 here, sorry, and this is not equal to function value at x equal to, that is 3. So therefore the function is not continuous at x equal to 2. Therefore the function is discontinuous at x equal to 2. So this type of discontinuity we call it as a removable discontinuity. So instead of taking at x equal to 2, if I take 4 here, the function is continuous at x equal to 2. So seen that from the previous examples, continuity of a function of single variable is equal to f of x. So this function is continuous at x equal to c. So you know the first condition, f of c should be defined, and the second condition, LHL is equal to RHL, left hand limit of the function f of x when x approaches to c, and right hand limit must be same, therefore you can say that limit exists. And third conditions, so left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to the function value c. If these three conditions hold, then we can write the function is continuous at x equal to c. We have seen that is a function of a single variable. Similarly, we can define the continuity of a function of two variables x and y. Let f of x comma y be a function of two variables x and y with domain D. Let x naught y naught belongs to the domain. We say that f is continuous at the point x naught y naught if for given epsilon there exists a number delta is a positive such that norm of xy minus x naught y naught less than delta. So this implies modulus of f of xy minus f of x naught y naught less than epsilon. Equivalently, this is the definition of epsilon delta. Otherwise, we could define for a single variable. If f is continuous at x naught y naught, if f is defined at x naught y naught, means f of x naught comma y naught defined, and limit of the function f of x comma y xy approaches to x naught y naught limit should exist. And third condition, limit of f of x comma y when xy approaches to x naught y naught is same as function value at x naught y naught. If these three conditions hold, then we can write f of x is continuous at the point x naught y naught. So in the same fashion, once we define for the function of single variable, in the same fashion we can define for the two variable also. If a function f of x comma y is continuous at all the points of its domain, then we say that f is continuous everywhere in the domain D. So let us take some examples here. Show that the function f of x comma y xy by x4 plus y square if x comma y is not equal to 0 comma 0. If x comma y is equal to 0 comma 0, the function is 0. Is continuous at every point in the domain except at the origin. You have to show that this function is continuous everywhere in the domain but except at the origin at 0 comma 0. It means the function is discontinuous at this point. Now let us move to the solution of a function. We know that the function xy by x square plus y square is a rational function with a domain R2 minus 0 comma 0. When x is 0 and y is 0, the function becomes infinity. The function is not defined at 0 comma 0. Therefore, the domain is over R2 but except at the point 0 comma 0. Therefore, the domain of the function f is R2 minus the point 0 comma 0. Hence, it is continuous at all the point except at xy is equal to 0 comma 0. And the function f of xy is continuous at all the points but x comma y is not equal to 0 comma 0. Let us show that the function is continuous everywhere except at the point 0 comma 0 with the help of the by taking different paths. Now at the point 0 comma 0 along the path y is equal to kx. So f of x comma y is equal to f of x comma kx, where y have taken kx. So x into y is kx plus x square plus y square is k square into x square. So x square get cancel in the numerator as well as the denominator. So this is a result k by 1 plus k square. So therefore limit when xy approaches to 0 comma 0 along the path y is equal to kx of the function f of x comma y is equal to k square by 1 plus k square. So where k is arbitrary. Suppose if I take k is equal to 0, k is equal to 0, so what is y becomes? So y is equal to 0. Y is 0 in the x-axis along the path x-axis. So what is the limit here? Limit as x approaches to 0, here y is 0 and k is 0 of the function f is equal to, when k is 0, 0 by 1 plus 0, that is 0. Limit is 0 along the path y is equal to 0. So now along the path y is equal to x, let us take when k is equal to 1. So limit as x approaches to 0 along the path y is equal to x of the function f. So, when k is 1 for this year, 1 by 1 plus 1 square, that is 1 by 2. You can observe that along the path y is equal to 0, the limit is 0. Along the path y is equal to x, when k is equal to 1, so the limit is 1 by 2. So there are two different limits for different paths. Therefore limit does not exist at the point 0 comma 0. Therefore by the two path test, the limit of f of x comma y when x comma y approaches to 0 comma 0 does not exist, because there are two different limits for different paths, for two different paths. Therefore limit does not exist. Hence f is not continuous at the point 0 comma 0. Thus f is continuous everywhere in R2 except at the origin. So you can observe that function value at x comma y is 0 comma 0 is 0, and for the different paths, limit of x comma y approaches to 0 comma 0 of the function f along the path y is equal to 0 is 0, and limit as x comma y approaches to 0 comma 0 along the path y is equal to x of the function f, that limit is off. You can observe that here limit does not exist along the path y is equal to 0 and y is equal to x, but function value is same 0, and along the y is equal to x, that limit is 0. So these two are same, but along the path y is equal to x, the limit is different from 0. Therefore the function is discontinuous at the origin. Take another example. Show that the function f of x comma y is equal to 2xy by x square plus y square if f of x comma y is not equal to 0 comma 0. If x comma y is equal to 0 comma 0, the function is 0. So this function is continuous everywhere except at the origin. So this problem is similar to the previous problem. One can try this.